today. Welcome to the Rancho Deluxe. I'm Jim Briggs, and you're watching Alaskan Bushcraft 1959. So today, I'm going to go do a product review, the Barebones Pulaski. And before I get into it itself, there's a little story behind this fellow right here. So I thought I was going to get on the History Channels alone, and I wanted to take a Pulaski. So that would have been one of my 10 items. But as I was researching it, this fella came up, and I looked at it, and it was like, pretty spendy. Well, long story short, a week later, it came on sale, and I picked one up. And when it first came, it was like, I wasn't quite sure about it. It's definitely a different tool. It's a different concept. Well, I've come to really like this tool. It's like become one of my favorite tools. So the only bad thing about this thing that I can say right now is the sheaths are kind of crap. So they disintegrated within the first month or so. So I got this thing last February, and I started carrying it everywhere with me out in the bush and doing all my videos for their loan. But I made some modifications to it. So let's do that first. So when it comes, it's got a brown varnish on it. I took all that off. And it's a seriously round handle, which is kind of uncomfortable. So I filed it down, rasped it down, made it fit my hand better. And then I wrapped it there, and I put a strike plate on it. As well as this black here, when I was splitting wood with it, the wood splinters would stick in it. So I've taken most of that off, and I think that was on. The black stuff is for keeping the rust off of it, because it's a 1055 high carbon steel head. The head weighs about 3.1 pounds. Overall length of this thing is 24 inches. The whole weight of the thing is 5.5 pounds. So it's not, it weighs more than my regular axe does, which is kind of handy. I mean, it really is kind of a beast. The handle is beechwood, not my favorite handle material. I prefer hickory for sure, but it has a 1/3 of an inch iron rod that runs down through there, and they send you with, and oh yeah, the hand, this end is supposed to be able to be used as a hammer. I haven't done that yet, but I might someday. I've used the other parts of it. So it comes with a key, hex key, and you tighten it right there. So the first week I used it steady, splitting wood, and I had tightened it up. And second week I just tightened it just a little bit more, and I've never had to tighten it since then. It's been really awesome. You know, the bad thing about this thing too is you got to be bloody careful with it, because it's so short and so heavy. If you miss and you stick this thing in your leg, it's going to do some serious damage. So when I'm splitting wood, it's always out on the outside of my splitting block. So let's get to it. I'll split a couple of pieces of spruce. This is about 6 to 8, 7-inch piece of spruce. Not really very long, because the stove in the palace isn't very big. So there's the palace, and well, you see the smoke coming out of there, right? That's the palace. That's my home. So there we go. So I'm gonna split this, and I'll split some birch as well. Let's get this thing right. And it is quite a beast. So isn't a particularly naughty piece, but I've cut through some pretty nasty pieces of spruce with it. Get a little bit longer piece. My bit cold right now. It's about 20 this morning. It ain't warmed up a whole lot, but at least you get to see the sun. But my rock is frozen. The thing is here with this thing, so weighs so much that you really don't have to put a whole lot of swing into it. It's so heavy, you just let the head do the work. So here's a piece of birch. This is cut from my other stove, and it takes a little longer piece. We'll see how it goes with the birch, and it's a dry birch too. So no worries, no worries. So there you go. Pretty dang good splitter. I'm gonna do another video, see how it does as far as felling goes. We'll see. So this is it's at the Barebones Pulaski. It's kind of a force to be reckoned with, I reckon. So I highly recommend it. So actually, my friend, neighbor, got one. He takes it out on his four-wheeler. He took it out moose hunting this year on his four-wheeler, and he just said it was so handy because they were cutting trails for the four-wheelers through the brush up towards chicken or toke, and he loves it too. All right, we'll talk to you later, mate.